Okay, this is the Cat from Academy 1 with the legendary Mr. Sammy Hagar of Chickenfoot. We're backstage at Academy 1. Chickenfoot are just about to play to a sold-out show at Academy 1 in Manchester. And we've got a bit of time with Sammy. Thank you very much for allowing us this opportunity, kind sir. And thank you for the beer already. Before we get on to the touring and the gig, and this may be old ground, can you just tell our fans and our readers who aren't yet familiar with Chickenfoot how the band came about, what was your inspiration, what was your motivation, because you and the other guys in the band have done it all, so why Chickenfoot? Can you tell us about it?
Geez, I mean, it kind of just happened. I mean, it's like it wasn't planned, and I was jamming at the Cabo Wabo with Chad Smith and Michael Anthony at my birthday one year. And then Chad bought a house down there, and so he was down there a lot. And every time I'd go there, and if he was there, I'd call Michael Anthony and say, "Hey, Chad's here, come on down." And three of us would play. So we did about 20 shows, and I started just calling us Chickenfoot because there was three people, you know, the Chickenfoot, you know. And after about 5 years of that, and I'm not kidding, you know, 5 years, Chad goes, "Fuck, man. We were great tonight, man." I was like, "I know, we were really getting good." You know, we started building a repertoire of cool songs. You know.
So essentially, it sounds like this just started with you guys hanging out down your local.
Totally, just playing for free.
Totally grassroots.
Yeah, and playing James Brown songs, playing Chili Pepper songs, playing fucking Van Halen. I mean, we played everything: Led Zeppelin, Creedence Clearwater, old blues songs. You know, Deep Purple, the stuff we dug, Montrose, and then.
Let's go back.
And then we said, let's make a record. And Chad said, well, I mean, I said, no, I need another guitar player.
Yeah.
And everybody said, well, who are we going to get? I said, well, Joe Satriani is my favorite guitar player. Let's, you know, and I said, let me give him a call.
So this is really interesting because the first album came out, if I'm right, about 3 years ago, 3 years ago. But a lot of people won't realize this started, obviously, 2 or 3 years before that, just by you guys having some fun, basically.
That's what I'm saying. It really happened organic. It was not premeditated. That's why we don't like the word supergroup. Because supergroups is usually a business deal where some managers, some agents, or some record companies get together and say, let's put these guys together, and they get, you know, they'll get two guys and say, who's another guy? That'll be a supergroup. We didn't think of ourselves that way at all. We just really thought, hey, we really want to play together. And Joe was the missing link because he has been an instrumentalist his whole life.
Absolutely.
And we thought it was a long shot, saying, let's see, you know, maybe we don't know if he's going to work, you know, like, because he's never worked with a singer, right?
Yeah.
And he was really ready to work with a singer. It was really, you know, he was in his heart and soul. I think he was really time for a change for him.
Yeah, because he's obviously well known for being an absolute wizard on the guitar.
He is.
And this is a much more, dare I say, traditional way of working with Joe, so this is something new for him. Can I just go back to what you said about the band forming and you guys were just hanging out and performing? Was there any part of you, being as the leader of the band, which had second thoughts and thought, okay, this feels fantastic, we should definitely do this, and it's happened all organically? Was there any part of you which thought, people will look at this in a cynical way, you know, their hardened rock press, and will think, yeah, this is going to be a super group, and all the stuff that comes with that? Was there any second thoughts about just going for it?
No second thoughts whatsoever. Like I said, we didn't think about anything, and we were so self-indulgent. We didn't think about what kind of music we were going to write. Like, we didn't go, well, let's write music like this, like this. We just wrote the music that came out of us. It was so fucking organic. This was as organic as some young band just starting out from scratch. The fact that we were already seasoned musicians and semi-rock stars, you might say, you know.
I think that's an understatement by Mr. Hagar there.
I don't like calling myself a rock star because I don't feel like one, honestly, and I don't live like one. I have Ferraris, I have, you know, all those things, but I don't do certain things. I don't know how I could put it, because I don't really know what it is, but I live a very normal life on a very high level. But it's a normal life, and everyone else is like that. And that's why it was jumping forward. That's why it was really tough when Chad couldn't do this tour, because it was with the Chili set, trying to find a drummer that is on our level of fame and fortune that isn't a rock star.
Yeah.
Because, you know...
Were you worried about the ego aspect of somebody coming in? Because this obviously started off as friends, clearly. Starting something for your own love.
Yeah, the guy that says, hey, I got to have my own limo, and I need my own airplane, and I need my own dressing room, and I need this, and I need that. We aren't like that. Like, we'll all go in the same room, we all go in the same plane, we'll all go in the fucking van, we don't need limos.
So we're not doing a Led Zeppelin and everybody taking a separate limo to the airport.
No, man, we want to be together.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it's all about. So that's why Kenny was our choice, because Chad's like us, man. Chad's a down-home guy. You don't give a fuck about all that.
Did you have any, when you obviously getting the record companies involved, and obviously this is a difficult situation having to get another drummer in, was the record company putting you under pressure to say, get this guy?
Oh, no. We don't have a record company. We had, our first record was with, we made it ourselves. And when it was done, we went around and asked, we had meetings with every record company and independents, and the person that impressed us the most that said, I love this record, I will kill for this record, was Gary Arnold from Best Buy.
Yeah.
So we went with him. And then, I think it's Adele, is that the name of the record company?
Yeah.
In Europe, he made the deal with them, so we had worldwide, and that's how that happened. Second record, we only signed a 1 record deal, because we don't want no one telling us what to do. So we made our second record again.
So clearly the artistic freedom is number one priority in this band.
And then we went around again and said, who's interested in this record? And we went with the same people in Europe, because they did a good job and they were really into it. And we went with a different record company in America.
The second time round.
Yeah, and we still one record. We still will do it again.
Is that good for keeping the band going? Because obviously this is a very high profile band now, and with that come a lot of expectations. Are you trying to keep it free and easy without putting too many future aspirations in front of you, and does it help having that one record deal at a time? And what are the plans, if there is a plan?
Keeps us from being under pressure. Exactly. There's no pressure this way, you know? We want to make a record, we go in, I have a studio, we go in and we make it. It's that simple. And then when it's done, we go around and shop it. And that way no one's record company isn't going, well, we need a record right now, and hey, you guys, if you make your next record now, we can do this and that, and here's $2 million. You know, we're sitting there going, fuck, okay, let's make a record. We say let's make a record because we really want a record.
So getting sidetracked a little bit, and then I do want to end up asking a little bit about the music as well. Obviously, when you started out, you know, you've been in this business 40 years at the top of it. There's been massive changes in the record industry, the music business. Do you think as an artist you're in a better place now? What are the pros and cons with your circumstance now compared to, let's say, in the mid-70s going into the 80s?
Well, it doesn't have a bearing on us because we can always go out and play and get paid enough money to afford to tour.
Yeah.
But a new band, it's fucked because the record company used to support you. They used to give you money to go tour. Yeah. And because you can't, and if they don't have a following, they need to get on a tour with Chickenfoot. You know, they need to get on a tour with somebody. So a new young band, man, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm the luckiest guy in the world to have made it through the good times. You know, the gravy train. But
definitely, as a fan of music obsessive, and being a child of the '70s, it was great to watch my favorite bands be allowed to progress. Yeah, different phases, and the first 2 albums wouldn't necessarily be the classic albums, but once they found their artistic
niche. Your third album, you made it usually, and for a record company to stay behind you, keep you on tour, support you, and you know, you usually didn't make any money, but until you finally broke. But at the same time, you got to play your music for a living, and you got to go on tour, and that was awesome. Yeah, those days are over.
Okay, just want to touch a bit on the music. When you were writing the music for Chickenfoot, you said it was organic, but was there a part of you which thought, you know, all of us have come from, you know, huge bands. Did you feel under any particular pressure to either do stuff that would be familiar to your potential fans, or did you make a conscious effort to say, okay, let's do something different? Or was there literally no master plan?
We had no master plan, and that's what I love about Chickenfoot. I said that before. We got in the studio, we worked like every day, our nose to the grindstone. We didn't look up, we didn't stand back. We were frontline the whole time. And when we finished, we went, wow, this is a cool record. right? So it was what it was. It wasn't premeditated. We weren't saying, well, we're going to be classic rock. Oh no, we need to be careful. We want to put a little edge on it. Oh, we want to be like this. What? Fuck that, man. We didn't even consider that, because we just went in the studio and jammed and wrote songs together, and it became what we really are. Chickenfoot became what it was. It premeditated. No one could have told me that that's the kind of record our first record was. Yeah. And the cool thing is, this record, Chickenfoot 3.
Yep, I see what you did there. That you avoided the second album issue.
Chickenfoot 3 was even another. We did exactly the same thing again. We didn't try to duplicate the first record. We didn't say, oh, we have to be like this, we have to be like that. We went in again and said, well, who are we? And it became what it was. That's really cool. That's, I think that really makes us really special.
And another band member has just entered the room with something pretty spectacular.
Mike.
That's for you, Sam. That's a present.
What in the wide world of...
Exactly.
Well, who's who?
Our manager, Mitch Whitman, just brought that to my attention.
Yeah.
Well, I know who these two guys are. I don't know who that is. That's Mike, because they go team, but I don't know who that guy is.
Okay. The band's just come into possession of some fine artwork here. Is this from a fan?
This is cool. A fan did this?
Yeah.
That is awesome. Okay, well, welcome to Manchester. We're just going to wrap up. If I could ask you,
okay. Mike,
Sammy,
would you like to help answer anything?
Sammy, if I could just ask you, what's your inspiration now, musically, lyrically, on the most recent album?
My inspiration was the world around me. It's not always like that. I've usually on a record in Van Halen or I would write 2 or 3 songs about my life that were personal, and then the rest of the things I would kind of make up, and just tell little stories. And this album, everything there's only a couple semi-made up things, and that would be Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I kind of made that up. And the rest of them are pretty much things I've witnessed and things I've been seeing around me in life and the world that I live in, and my relationship with my wife and my kids and my family and friends. So it's got a little darkness to it because unfortunately I'm not real optimistic about the world we're living in right now. I don't think we're doing so hot, and I wrote about it a little bit without being. I try not to point the finger, and I try not to put my opinion. I just tried. It's the same way when I wrote my book. I didn't put my opinion in about what happened to Van Halen. I just said, this is what happened.
Yeah.
You read it, you tell me what you think. Probably think the same thing I do. It was fucked up. The end was like,
okay.
But the way I tried to write about the world was like that too, like something going wrong. To me that's a real deep song, and it's very biblical about the 4 seasons, solar ages. Every 2,000 years, something very cataclysmic seems to happen on the planet, and we're seeing how we just moved into the air. The water's just, the 2,000 years of the age of Pisces, and we moved into the age of Aquarius for 2,000 years, so we're in the air age. So obviously we're going to be destroyed by air, something coming from the air.
Yeah. Okay, we'll watch the skies.
Yeah.
Last question, and again, thanks for your time. I've noticed, doing a little bit of research, the band seem to be at pains to literally play purely Chickenfoot stuff, which is obviously a testament to your love of the band and wanting to move this on continually as the big thing, basically. What can the fans in Manchester expect from you tonight?
The 2 Chickenfoot records.
That's good.
The cream of the crop. And the reason we do that is because we really do not want to dilute this band and become a Van Halen cover band, or become a Sammy Hagar cover band, or a Joe Satriani cover band. So the idea is that we are Chickenfoot, and we will stay that. I don't think we will ever play any of our old catalog unless you catch us in Cabo jamming.
Yeah.
And then, then it's more Hendrix and Zeppelin and Montrose and that kind of stuff. But I saved that for my solo tour. If you see Sammy Hagar on tour, you're going to get my whole catalog. You're going to get from Montrose through the early Red Rocker years to Van Halen, the Van Hagar era, to the post, to the lifestyle.
everything.
Everything but Chickenfoot.
Yeah.
I don't play Chickenfoot by any means.
Fantastic. Sammy, I really can't thank you enough for coming to Manchester in the first place. We hope you have an absolute blast tonight.
Thank you guys for a sold out show, man. You guys, there's nothing better than a sold out show. I don't care how big or how small.
Well, the good news is the Manchester crowd is already at the pub down the road, lubricating their voices, and they'll be with you in a couple of hours and singing along with you.
And in a couple hours, I will start lubricating my voice in the exact same minute. I just can't start early. I don't have to listen. I have to give it.
Yeah. Fantastic. Right. Thank you very much. Cool. This is the Cat for Get Your Rock Out with Sammy Hagar at the Academy.